Vincent Lamouris joined the world on May, born on July 31st, 1983 in Belgium and reared in the bustling city of Yant. He shared his house with his parents, Martin, Frida, and his two sisters, MGL and Violet. During his early years, Vincent created a deep appreciation for classical music. As he entered adolescence, interest in philosophy grew, becoming a cornerstone of his intelligence pursuits. In 2000, Vincent's parents, when a key event occurred throughout the divorce process, that had a significant impact on the teenager, also had a terrible separation with his girlfriend at approximately the same time. Straining to deal with this big upheaval, Vincent's mental health declined, nosedive, plunging him into a deep. At the age of 16, he developed depression, a desperate attempt on his own life, jumping off a 6-story building by the luckily, he survived the sea. However, the fall left him with serious injuries that require a 6-month hospital stay and a year of depending on a wheelchair for mobility. During his first week, his mother informed the hospital that his name was Koss. Her son had almost broken the press. When Vincent reached the age of 18, he demonstrated evidence of physical healing, appeared to have a better state of mind. His mental state led to his discharge from mental health care. Despite the challenges he faced and earned a position at a local Pizza Hut establishment and resumed mathematics-focused studies, aspirations of entering Yent University in the future. With newfound determination, Vincent appeared ready to embrace what lies ahead. On January 25, 2002, Vincent notified his mother that he was going, went to school as usual, and would be working later that evening. We went to Pizza Hut. Interestingly, he recommended that his mother catch the 9 a.m. train to her work in Brussels, Belgium, deviates from her usual procedure. Nevertheless, Vincent had a different plan in mind. Without his mother's knowledge, he planned to board his mother, took the train to the airport, when he failed to return home as scheduled. Later that day, his mother became anxious and contacted his workplace, only to discover that he wasn't scheduled to work the day following his disappearance, reported to the authorities. Initiated an investigation, uncovering details are quite worrisome. Vincent has took deliberate steps to conceal his tracks, including deleting his PC, hard drive, and secretly collecting passport. He then took a flight from Brussels, New York City. Upon landing at JFK International Airport, Larry found himself obligated to follow American immigration rules, which I had to buy a return ticket, although it is unclear if he planned to use this ticket, set for February 9, 2002. Vincent did not board his return flight. Later data revealed that he used his passport to cross from the U.S., entered Canada at Niagara Falls on January 25th, with a re-entry into the United States in January 31st, but following these events, Vincent disappeared, without a trace, and has never seen or heard from again. A substantial development has been made. When Vincent's rucksack was found in a garbage bin at Prospect Park, New York at 4:15 p.m. on February 2nd, after a strong ice storm that had swept throughout the area. Inside the backpack, officials discovered a collection, several goods including Vincent's passport. The unused return aircraft ticket is $10, American currencies $25 in Canadian coins, a pocket knife, taxi receipts, a selection of 36 classical music CDs, a portable CD player, and an American hardcover edition of J.D. Salinger's renowned novel, The Catcher in the Rye. Notably, the 18-year-old made a strong identification with the novel's protagonist, Holden. Caulfield is a disillusioned teenager, outsider who travels to New York City, follows academic setbacks. His mother claimed he was enthusiastic about upon discovering The Catcher in the Rye in Vincent's backpack. His mother felt forced to read it. She described, "The experience was as strange as every details appeared to resonate profoundly within her son's life. From the dedication to my mother on the first page to the character's father, who also happened to be a lawyer, and even the nickname Goldfish, which echoed Vincent's own baptism card, everything seemed to align with his existence." As she delved deeper into the novel, Frida found herself retracing Holden's journey, even going so far as to investigate the hotels mentioned in the story. Her quest for answers culminated at the edge of Niagara Falls during the wintry months a year after Vincent disappeared. As she delved deeper into the novel, Frida found herself retracing Holden's journey, even going so far as to investigate the hotels mentioned in the story. Her quest for answers culminated at the edge of Niagara Falls during the wintry months a year after Vincent disappeared. There she stood, tossing a white orchid, her son's favorite flower, into the churning waters, hoping to gain insight into her son's innermost thoughts. Yet despite her efforts using ticket receipts to trace her son's final known movements, Frida was left without the closure she desperately sought. While Niagara Falls is unfortunately known for being a common location for suicide, no evidence of Vincent's remains were ever recovered there. It cannot be said with certainty whether he took his own life during his travels abroad. His mother, Frida, clings to the hope that her son didn't succumb to self-harm, but instead embarked on a fresh start in either the United States or Canada. Adding to the mystery, a bus stop located just down the street from where his belongings were discovered offers easy access for individuals to board buses without the need for identification, raising the possibility that Vincent may have embarked on a journey somewhere after abandoning his possessions. The exact fate of Vincent after his re-entry into the United States remains uncertain. Authorities lack a clear understanding of the events that transpired during his brief journey to Canada and are unable to construct an accurate timeline of his movements leading up to the discovery of his backpack. When looking at the circumstances and evidence found, it is deemed likely that Vincent took his own life at Niagara Falls. Alan Remy of the Missing Persons Unit told the press, quote, "The American authorities have told us that dozens of people commit suicide there every year. Their corpse is never found at the bottom of the waterfall. It's such a cauldron of whirlpools that never come to rest that bodies can be kept underwater for eternity." Frida, Vincent's mother, portrayed her son as someone who projected happiness outwardly, yet she knew often that this was a facade. According to her, Vincent was a solitary but very smart individual with a pessimistic perspective on life. Despite his ability to verbally reassure her when questioned about his well-being, Freya couldn't shake the feeling in her gut that her son was grappling with in her turmoil. Frida continues to deal with feelings of guilt plagued by the notion that she should have anticipated Vincent's disappearance. She reflects on various moments that now seem like clear warning signs, such as a particular instance when they were watching television coverage of the manhunt for Osama bin Laden together. Vincent's comment, quote, "Mommy, if I want to disappear, they would never find me," now resonates profoundly with Fra, adding to her burden of regret. She told Belgian media outlets regarding her son's disappearance, quote, "I would be relieved if Vincent's bones were found tomorrow because that nagging doubt is worse than knowing that your child is dead." It's a cliché, but you can't say goodbye to a missing child. On the other hand, I'm willing to give up everything I have right now in exchange for one brief moment with Vincent, although it will take a miracle for that. Frida has expressed her desire for her ashes to be scattered at Niagara Falls, the location where her beloved son Vincent is presumed to have met his end. She sees it as a poignant tribute intertwining her eternal rest with the memory of her son's tragic fate. When he disappeared, Vincent LeMay was 18 years old. He is described as being Caucasian, standing at 6'1" in tall and weighing approximately 160. He had light brown hair and blue-green eyes and has metal plates inserted in his right leg and foot, and several scars on both legs and feet. Though it cannot be said with complete certainty, Vincent was possibly last seen wearing a size L or XL black winter coat, a long-sleeved black wheel sweater with the Ralph Lauren logo on the chest, a pair of size 10 and 1/2 black leather Mesto shoes with a buckle on the side, and a white metal Rodinia wristwatch with a black leather strip. Lamar had a history of depression and suicidal tendencies, and may have been experiencing these thoughts at the time he disappeared. He may go by his mother's maiden name, C. As the years have passed, a number of age progression images of Vincent have been released to the public, with the latest rendering being released in 2022, showing what he would look like aged 39 if alive in 2024. Vincent lamouris would be turning 41 years old.